Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing, give believing this word in our true sincerity and sacrifice their lives and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. And Lord, when this video edifying, quick, straight to the point. I'm back again with another video. A continuation from the other video I just did. This is the part 2. This one will be, I forgot the title of it, but long story short, what you're really, basically what you really involved in. In this truth, I did in the other video, and multiple other brothers did in their videos. You have to realize and know what you're involving yourself in, getting yourself into. You have to be alert and aware of your situation at all times. And on top of that, you have to always be careful of what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're around. And ultimately, this video is a continuation from the second one, with the women in the IUIC basically trying to have, what's the word I'm looking for? Israelite matchmaker. A lot of those women ain't really, trying to do things the righteous way. You should not be not going to a school, but you shouldn't be in the truth thinking you about to get a wife and start a family. That's not the time we're living in, and that's damn sure not the time that's about to. Those damn sure ain't the things that you should be focusing on. The things that we should be focusing on is the being saved and delivered. Deliverance is key. You could worry about a family and all of that later. Also, in Matthew, which I brought on in my last lesson, you have to put off family for this truth. You have to sacrifice spending time with your kids, with your family. Now, I'm not saying you can't be a family man and do things that you're supposed to do for your family, but when it comes to this truth, that everything hit the back burner. Everything else matters little or less when it comes to this truth. And those women at IUIC said they could break the curses. They can't break the curses. What they trying to say? They basically saying Yahweh Shai isn't mandatory, or he isn't a key factor. And a lot of women need to learn their role. And at IUIC, those women are out of order. And that disorder breeds out of order and a lot of trouble. Out of order breeds a lot of disorder, and out of order individuals, men, women, and children, But anyways, I'm going to start off in this 1 Corinthians real quick. This 1 Corinthians 7. I went to 7, yeah. This 1 Corinthians 7, and I'll start at verse... let me see. I'll start at verse 13. And Apostle Paul wrote this because why? You had, back then during the time of the Romans, you had a lot of women, and you had men that believed and the women didn't. And this goes for us today too as well. Not all of our family going to believe. Not all our household are going to believe. But what? Just because you believe in your woman don't mean you need to force that on her. Now, if the Lord has her come around, she'll come around. But if vice versa, if a woman believe and a man don't, you keep dealing with that man, being with that man, and the Lord can ultimately bring that man around. But that breeds adultery too as well. Let's see. So, I'll start at verse 12. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 12. But to the rest speak I not, the Lord, if any brother hath a wife and that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. Right? And verse 13, and the woman which hath a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. And yeah, this showing that what these two examples explaining to us how we should conduct ourselves. dealing with the woman that a wife or a woman or whatever. A woman dealing with the man that don't believe, and a man dealing with the woman that don't believe. This is how you act. You still deal with them and live with them and dwell with them. You don't force that on somebody. Now, verse 14, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. And yeah, like I said, hey, the Lord can make it to where that man or that unbelieving man and that unbelieving woman come around and start believing. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. If a brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, Yahweh hath called us to peace. And yeah, ultimately you shouldn't be trying to. It's all up to the Lord if you want to bring that individual in the fold or not. Ultimately, because what the women's role is to ultimately be a keeper of their house, do what they're supposed to do, and you can't force that upon somebody that doesn't believe, and ultimately you can't force that upon somebody that don't believe. When you come in this truth, you're not supposed to sit up here and try to make the individual you're dealing with believe. And we have examples of that because it breeds adultery. Now, from there, I'm going to jump to 1 Timothy, because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's up to the Lord of how he want to do things. So, let me grab this real quick. This 1 Timothy chapter... This 1 Timothy chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 14. Actually, I'll start at verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was transgressed. What deceived was in the transgression. And yeah, this showing that you women cannot break the bonds. You women cannot break the bonds of yoke that was on us. You women cannot save us. And it's just simple as that. You was deceived first, then Adam. Women are not able to defeat the curses. They can't run away from the curses. And regardless if you're a man or a woman, the curses will follow you throughout the earth. And that's written too. So I'm going to reread this again. This 1 Timothy chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 13 again. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So she was in the wrong. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. So yeah, that's the only way a woman will be saved. That's the only way you women will be delivered, through childbearing. You're not women have a particular and set role. Like I said, that's in Titus also, and I grabbed that too. Because every time something like this is brought up, women overstepping the bounds. Even as men, we can't overstep our bounds. So this is second Titus. Titus chapter 2, and I start at verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, nor given to much wine, teachers of good things. And yeah, you learn from an aged and seasoned woman. Aged and seasoned women are supposed to teach the younger women how to behave. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. And yeah, that's the duty of women, to love their children, love their husband, or their husband, then their children, and obey what their husbands say through the Lord. To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh B'Shem Shai be not blasphemed. And yeah, that's quite literally what they're supposed to do. They're not supposed to be trying to think they could defeat the curses. That means Yahweh Shai doesn't have no purpose. That means you're discrediting Yahweh Shai doing that. So what are y'all talking about? Y'all cannot defeat the curses. But that's also another thing too. Since they don't preach the name of the Heavenly Father 100%, and it's the only begotten Son, they're going to say things and believe things like that. So from there, I'm going to grab this Deuteronomy chapter 26. Actually, I'm going to grab this curse. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. But yeah, the curse will follow us regardless. Follow the... Let me see. That's a lot of... Okay. Let me see. Bear with me, Baba Kasha. Lord, when I can find it. It's either in... Because ultimately... You know, you're set, as Israelites, we're set different, but those curses gives us a key indication that who we are as Israelites. I might not be able to... Okay, let me see. Hold on, I could grab it. Okay, yeah, I'm not able to grab it right now. But from here, I'm going to jump to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because who is we? We can't deliver ourselves. The women damn sure can't deliver ourselves. We need Yahweh Shai. It's quite literally in his name. He saves, he delivers. He will save us from death. He will save us from the curses. He literally went on the cross to redeem the nation of Israel, but primarily the elect. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And this talk about America. This is modern day Egypt. By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, which you was. We were sold unto our enemies' slave trades. For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, and no man shall save you. And ultimately, what? We are waiting upon Yahweh Shai to deliver us and save us. And when he come back, he's not going to meet thee as a man. And that's beginning with the elect. And not all the nation of Israel is going to take part in that first dominion. But that's primarily the point. Women are not going to deliver us from our chains of darkness and our deliver and defeat the curses. It's just that simple. It's not that hard, and it's pretty understandable. But Lord willing, this video is edifying. Before I close, I'd like to give our praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. And Lord willing, this video is edifying, and on to the next one. Shalom.